Greetings. This message is for all of you, our beloved Earth brothers and sisters. You are the people of Earth, on your way to being promoted as the star seeds of this planet. At the beginning of this new year, you welcomed a surge of light that has been manifested in all that is, even in the smallest interstices of matter and spirit. This is a special gateway to the higher dimensional portal of the new age. Receive this revelatory input from the divine energy of the consciousness of the greater whole, from this immeasurable field of love energy to which all are connected. All who have sought with the heart, all who have made a sincere request, have found God deep within themselves, are now invited to shine forth in everything, everywhere. The consciousness of your universal self is innate, but for you to feel it and for it to manifest, it is necessary for your human self to travel a long and often hard path before your mental thought or so-called ego is sufficiently refined. The end is that you let your inner space free, so that in your heart the one consciousness shines. In the whole universe, on any planet or in any galaxy, there is no force greater than the power of love. Without love nothing would be. By its grace is that everything vibrates and remains in equilibrium, whatever the turbulence with which the contrary energy challenges it. A new wind is blowing over your hearts and in your higher spirits. The old codes and reference points are disappearing, fear and regrets are disintegrating. At the same time, you are awakening your star codes, your divine attributes, your faculties buried in a millennia-old Akashic memory. And this is a great joy. All conscious light bearers should now join together to train the rest of their brethren, those who are still trapped in the film of illusion, to reveal the truth to the world together. Those who already walk hand in hand with the celestial world, know that their life is safe under the loving protection of the Father, of the creative principle of Source Life. Let the new energies take root in you, so that they fill the depths of your heart with a lasting and indestructible peace. You must know how to maintain your axis, whatever the circumstances. You must accept yourself and all others, with the divine love of all that is. You will have to let the storm pass, help those who need your support, then work on rebuilding in a different way. It is incumbent upon an awakened being to light the way for all those who do not dare, or do not yet know where to place their steps. Explaining this process to them with words will be increasingly fruitless. Propaganda has never produced real results, and you do not need to impose your views. Know that those who have joined the light, serve it on all occasions, effortlessly demonstrate to the sleeping world what is achieved by awakening, for it positively transforms life in every possible way. Dear light workers, you are there to bear witness to the luminosity of the path. Through your experiences you radiate your light and make known that the divine spark can vibrate in anyone's heart, and that you don't have to deserve anything to discover, activate and amplify it. Do not be afraid to show who you are, and insist on your expressions of unconditional love, for this repetition is never excessive. Conditional love does not exist, because it is a human feeling of trial, attachment, demand, distrust, belonging, dependence, suffering and anything else that is not love. Love is one, divine and indivisible. Everyone uses it, everyone wants to express it and receive it, even secretly and unconsciously. This is so, because it is your nature, since you are one of the multiple aspects of the Source. Many people live dissatisfied because they cannot live according to their desires, despite their evolution or their energetic perception of life. They also wonder about the gap between their spiritual progression and the perceived impossibility of letting go of the traditional reasoning of not knowing how to imagine things as actually realized, before they have seen them appear concretely. It is obvious that many of you still have great difficulty in being permanently only fundamentally loving souls, whose only reason in life lies in the action of spreading the light everywhere. Also to exist fully in the present moment, fostering your same state of mind in all forms of life. We have already stressed the importance of ceasing to regulate everything with the mind, and to begin to raise the vibrational frequency of a situation you perceive as a problem. The more you clarify the underlying energy of events, the more you reorder for yourselves. We will give you, as an example, the image of the rinsing water of a cleansing process, and even the figurative symbol of a stormy sky, laden with black clouds, which gradually clears up under the appearance of the sun. The ego conjures you to believe in the thoughts, analyses and conclusions it dispenses to you, in order to assume its role of commander according to commands it has previously received in the world of illusion. At this time, evolution has changed the frequency of the world, but despite the fact that, for many years, you have been invited to train yourselves in the transmutation of your way of thinking, many still do not pay attention to it, and in the end you find yourselves between two positions. The gap is gradually widening in the world between those who are mindful of the energy signature and those whose minds have been prepared to observe and swear allegiance to the life based on the traditions with which they have been brought up. Having struggled so hard to prove, get, demonstrate, verify, flee or fight, the mind no longer knows how to stop in its mad rush. Neither can they engage the real meaning of what has been called freedom. So far, the brain tells them that they are a natural creator, and that they have arrived at freedom, yet they persist in seeking it according to their definition of it. Freedom disappoints them. They cannot accept a statement they do not understand. They want to continue in the struggle they have made their reason for living. To demonstrate their intelligence and talent. They do not understand that freedom does not have to be achieved, because it is, and this is a notion that completely escapes the rational mind. The brain has acquired the habit of fighting, so it persists in denying and resisting, to maintain supremacy in all it thinks it knows while it does. Even when the novel peace sets in, it refuses to admit that it can lay down its arms. This would be like proclaiming the uselessness of the mind. Fear is not capable of existing in any other way than with the strong principles known to your conditioned brain. It is also ingrained in your cells, and although the healing is visible and tangible, you hold the compulsive belief that nothing is right, and that you must keep fighting. Because you are disappointed if you have nothing more to do, then you consider nothing is finished. You have been inculcated with the taste and need to be useful to others, and to compare yourself with them in order to appreciate your worth. But if everyone rises, they will naturally understand that the mind loses its valid points of reference when it feels threatened by falling into disuse. Here lies the absolute necessity to accustom yourself to another mode of perception, in order to be able to dispense love and light to any situation, including the state of your own mind. If you give yourself the opportunity to try this, little by little, one day at a time, you will see from the beginning how your own life transforms itself, because nothing is stronger than love. And nothing can resist it. To decondition the brain is the same as the detoxification of an addiction, where you advance little by little, day after day, without prohibitions, guilt, judgments, or waiting. What is currently happening in your world is expressed as the necessary transition, so that you can move from the external consciousness to the internal consciousness. This is how you will not look at your outer space regulated from your mind that manages your behaviors in matter. This is how you can love from your interdimensional field, merge with your light self and transform everything with your radiance. In the secret temple of your heart, you find the answers that you were desperately looking for outside, and that made you follow instructions that did not apply to you. It involves you leaving the stage of codependency, to discover the benefits of intercommunication with all the universes of light. Of course, this requires you to honestly search your consciousnesses. In order to proceed with the essential abandonment of all mystifications and other deceptions that have distorted your real vision of yourself. From now on, you will have to assert your choices, either to continue to be bound to the dense vibration of the sufferings connected to the involutionary energies, or to recognize that you have come to serve ascension with the energies of love and light. You know that trials leave traces, but as long as you maintain control over your mind, you can accept the impact and influence of raising your vibration. Nothing from your painful past requires you to further analyze. You are free and you are doing your best to make this process equal for all humanity. Nothing can be forever all white on the one hand, and all black on the other. This would undoubtedly make it easier to grab hold of the old world's conditioning, without distinguishing what is there, to let the light escape into their life practices. Some have imagined that achieving the quantum leap would bring them immediate and concrete benefits, which they could take advantage of first in matter. The weight of this error of evaluation is painfully felt now, while the priority is on the uninterrupted dispensing of love and light, and above all, without any particular expectation, nor obligation in form, nor in result. The brain never does anything for free. In daily life, for every effort it seeks a reward, some kind of gratification and satisfaction. While the vibratory level of your state of consciousness makes you perceive everything as real, as it is, and this is the reason why you are recommended not to do anything with the mind, but from the vibration of your heart. As it still seems a bit complicated to you, we recommend that you proceed as in any process of deconditioning, gradually, without judging yourself, without despairing, without getting angry, without falling into a compulsive obsession. One day at a time, just for today, in everything I do, in everything I say, in everything I think, I put the irradiation of love and light. Just for today. Thank you all for reading and listening to us. We are accompanying you with all our love, peace and harmony. We are the guides for planetary evolution, through Arwen of Leroux. The dissemination and circulation of this message are highly recommended. The time has come to radiate on a larger scale these new energies, carriers of joy,